sound of howling wind and static. If you are receiving this transmission, do not send a rescue team. I repeat, do not come looking for us. This is Dr. Victor Kane of Station 4. We thought we were making history. We thought we found a lost civilization beneath the ice. We were wrong. It wasn't a city, it was a prison. And we, God forgive us, we unlocked the door. Whatever you do, do not let the ice thaw. Burn this recording. Burn everything. November 1st, 1954. We have finally touched down on the shelf. The landscape here is alien, white, endless, and completely silent. It feels like the earth has stopped breathing. My team is excited. They are talking about oil, minerals, glory. But I can't shake this feeling. The ice here, it looks too perfect, too smooth, like a white sheet pulled over a dead body. November 3rd. Our sonar equipment picked up something impossible. 3 miles beneath the ice crust, there is a heat signature. It's faint, but it's rhythmic. Pulse, pause, pulse. It shouldn't be there. The geology report said this area is dead rock, but that heat is steady. It's almost mathematical. We are setting up the heavy drill tomorrow. We are going down. November 5th. The drill hit the 2,000-meter mark. The core samples we pulled up are disturbing. The ice isn't clear or blue. It's black, not from oil or soot, but shadows? When I hold the sample to the light, the darkness inside it seems to swirl. Corporal Miller touched it without gloves and said it felt warm. 2 hours later, his fingertips turned frostbitten. The ice burned him. November 7th, a loud screeching sound woke the whole camp. The drill bit shattered. It hit something harder than diamond. We lowered a camera down the shaft. The footage is grainy, but unmistakable. We didn't hit bedrock, we hit a roof. A smooth metallic surface stretching for miles. It's covered in symbols that no linguist on Earth has ever seen. We found the tomb. November 10th, headquarters gave the order. Breach the hull. I argued against it. I told them that warning signs are universal, even in alien tongues, but they want to see what's inside. We used thermal cutters to melt through the outer shell. As the metal gave way, a gust of air rushed out. It didn't smell like stale air. It smelled like ozone and ammonia. We are going in. November 11th. We are inside. The air is breathable but thin. The architecture, it defies logic. The hallways are vast, 50 feet high, built for giants. The walls are made of a material that absorbs our flashlight beams. No seams, no rivets. It looks like the entire structure was grown, not built. And the angles, they hurt to look at. If you stare at a corner too long, you start to feel dizzy, like the room is spinning. November 11th, 2 hours later, we found a chamber lined with rows of translucent pods, hundreds of them. Inside each pod, there is a figure, tall, too tall, maybe 7 or 8 feet, pale, elongated limbs. They are floating in a thick, amber liquid. Are they dead, or are they waiting? Miller wiped the frost off one of the pods and recoiled. He said the thing inside, it looked at him. November 12th. We set up a temporary camp inside the main hall, but no one can sleep. There is a sound, a high-pitched frequency that sits right at the edge of hearing. It's causing nosebleeds. Half the team woke up with blood on their pillows. I feel a pressure behind my eyes. It feels like someone is trying to tune a radio inside my skull. The signal isn't coming from the machines. It's coming from them. November 13th. We push deeper towards the source of the heat signature. In the center of the structure, suspended in midair by some magnetic field, is a black sphere, perfectly round, absolute black. It is pulsing. Thump, thump. The heat coming off it is intense. It's not a generator. It feels like a heart, a mechanical heart keeping this entire tomb alive. November 14th. Disaster. Corporal Miller, he wasn't himself. He walked towards the sphere like he was in a trance. Before anyone could stop him, he took off his glove and touched the black surface. There was a flash of violet light. Miller screamed, a sound of pure agony, and then he just dissolved, turned into ash in a second. And the sphere stopped pulsing. And the pods are starting to open. November 14th, 2010 p.m. Chaos. The pods are opening. The amber liquid is draining onto the floor, hissing as it touches the cold metal. The figures inside, they are moving. They aren't stumbling like sleepers waking up. They are moving with terrifying precision. Their limbs unfold with a sickening crack-crack sound. They have no faces, just smooth, white surfaces where eyes should be. They don't need eyes. They can smell our heat. November 14th, 2015 p.m. We opened fire. Bullets sparked off their skin like it was ceramic. It didn't even slow them down. Sergeant Davies was the first to fall. One of the creatures, it didn't strike him. It walked through him. It phased through his body like a ghost, but as it passed, Davies just collapsed. When we checked him, he was frozen solid. His heart had turned to ice instantly. They don't kill with claws, they kill with cold. November 14th, 2003 p.m. We are running back towards the drill shaft. The hallways are confusing us. The geometry is shifting. I swear the corridor we came down was straight, but now it's twisting, turning us in circles. And behind us, the sound of bare feet slapping on metal. Dozens of them. They aren't running, they are walking calmly. They know we have nowhere to go. November 14th, 3000 p.m. We barricaded ourselves in a storage room. We can hear them outside, scratching. But that's not the worst part. They are learning. I heard Davies' voice just now. Outside the door, he was begging us to let him in. Please, it's cold out here. Open the door, Victor. But Davies is dead. I saw him freeze. They are using his voice to trick us. November 14th, 4:00 p.m. We did a head count. Only 4 of us left. I looked at Sarah, our biologist. She was shivering violently. I thought it was the cold, but then I saw her neck. Black veins are spreading up from her collarbone, pulsing, like the ice samples we found. She looked at me, her eyes wide with terror, and whispered, "I can hear them in my head, Victor. They are so loud." November 14th, 4003 p.m. Sarah isn't Sarah anymore. The black veins have reached her eyes, turning them into pools of ink. She is sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth. But when she speaks, it's not her voice. It's a chorus, 1,000 whispers overlapping. She looked at me and said, "Why do you run, little heat source? The cold is peaceful. Let us lower your temperature." November 14th, 4045 p.m. They aren't trying to batter the door down. They are freezing it. I can see the frost spreading from the other side, turning the heavy steel white and brittle. I heard a ping sound as the metal rivets snapped from the thermal shock. They are making the steel fragile enough to shatter like glass. We have minutes, maybe seconds before they break in. November 14th, 4050 p.m. The door shattered. As the shards of frozen metal flew into the room, Sarah stood up. She didn't run from them. She opened her arms. Henderson tried to pull her back, but the moment he touched her skin, his hand turned black. Frostbite consumed his arm in a blink. He screamed as the ice traveled to his heart. I had no choice. I used the thermal cutter. I cut her down. I burned them both. November 14th, 5:00 p.m. I am alone now. The corridor to the exit is blocked by them. My only option is the freight elevator behind the storage room. It leads deeper into the complex. I jammed the call button. The gears are grinding, slow and loud. I can hear the creatures stepping over the frozen bodies of my crew. They are coming for me. Going down is suicide, but staying here is execution. November 14th, 5003 p.m. The elevator dropped me 2 more miles down. The air here is different. Sterile. I stepped out into a hall it looks like a museum. There are glass cases everywhere. Inside them are creatures. Not like the ones chasing me. Different species. Reptiles, insects, things with too many limbs, all frozen, all preserved. This isn't just a tomb, it's a collection. And they have an empty case waiting for a human. November 14th, 6:00 p.m. I found a control room overlooking the museum. I've been trying to decipher the holographic displays. It's taking time, but the patterns, they are mathematical constants. This isn't a tomb, it isn't a prison, it's an ark, a library of extinction. They have been visiting Earth for millions of years, collecting apex predators before every major ice age. And now, they have started collecting us. November 14th, 6:00 p.m. I am hiding under a console. Something else is down here. It's not one of the pale drones. This one is larger, heavier. I can hear its footsteps vibrating the floor plates. Thud, thud, it makes a sound like grinding gears. I think it's the caretaker of this place. The warden. It knows I am here. It's not searching randomly, it's sniffing the air for my fear. November 14th, 7:00 p.m. I caught my reflection in a panel of black glass. I look wrong. My skin is too pale. My eyes seem sunken. For a second, I thought I saw something moving under the skin of my cheek. A worm? A vein? I scratched it until it bled, but the blood was red. I am still human. I think I am still human. But the cold is getting into my mind. It's whispering to me. November 14th, 7:45 p.m. I managed to slip past the warden. I found the central shaft. It goes down forever, but right below me is the power source, a massive pillar of blue energy crackling and humming. This is what keeps the stasis pods frozen. This is what keeps the signals jamming our radios. If I can disable this, maybe the cold will stop. Or maybe everything wakes up. It's a gamble. November 14th, 8:00 p.m. I checked my oxygen. 2 hours left. I checked my ammo. 3 rounds. I can try to climb back up to the surface, maybe freeze to death in the storm. Or I can overload this core. If I destroy the cooling system, the temperature will rise. It will kill the specimens. It will kill me. But it will ensure that these things never reach the surface. I'm not going home. November 14th, 8:15 p.m. I did it. I used the cutter to sever the primary coolant lines. The sound was deafening, like a jet engine exploding. A blast of supercooled nitrogen knocked me back against the wall. The blue energy beam is flickering now, unstable. The hum of the facility is changed from a steady drone to a chaotic screaming noise. The machine is dying, and it knows I killed it. November 14th, 8:20 p.m. Lights are flashing everywhere. Not red, but a sickly, pulsating yellow. A voice is booming over the intercom. It's not human language, but I understand the tone. It's an evacuation order, or a quarantine alert. The warden, that giant thing, it roared. I felt the sound vibrate in my ribcage. It's not patrolling anymore, it's charging towards the core. November 14th, 8:40 p.m. The temperature is rising. Fast, it's already above freezing. The pristine white frost on the walls is turning into grey slush. Water is dripping from the ceiling like rain. The facility is sweating. And the smell, God, the smell. As the ancient ice melts, it's releasing millions of years of rot. The stench of 1,000 dead ecosystems is filling the air. November 14th, 9:00 p.m. It found me. The warden. It smashed through the bulkhead just as I was leaving the court chamber. I didn't see it clearly, just a blur of black metal and claws. It swiped at me. I dodged, but not fast enough. There is a gash in my side. Deep. I cauterized it with the thermal cutter to stop the bleeding. The pain is keeping me awake, but I can't stop. I have to get to the transmission tower. November 14th, 9:15 p.m. I crawled into a side room to catch my breath. It looks like a kitchen or a butcher shop. There are tables with straps, saws, drills, and in the corner, piles of discarded parts, bones, skin. This is where they prepare the specimens before freezing them. This is where they take them apart to see how they work. I am hiding under a table covered in dried blue blood, and I hear the door opening. November 14th, 9:80 p.m. It is in the room. I can see its feet from under the table. Heavy, clawed metal boots. It moves slowly, knocking over trays of instruments. It's making a chittering sound, like a clicking tongue. It knows I am close. A drop of blood from my wound just hit the floor. Drip. The creature stopped moving. Silence. It heard the drop. November 14th, 9:22 p.m. I have one flare left in my emergency kit. I didn't light it. I threw it, unlit, across the room into a pile of glass beakers. Crash. The warden lunged at the sound with terrifying speed. In that split second of chaos, I rolled out from under the table and sprinted for the vent. I heard it roar behind me as I pulled the grate shut. It's tearing the wall apart to get to me. November 14th, 9:05 p.m. I'm climbing through the ventilation shafts back towards the upper levels, but the melting ice has turned against me. The shafts are flooding. Freezing cold water is rushing down, fighting me every inch of the way. I'm coughing up water. My limbs are numb. The facility isn't just overheating, it's drowning. I can hear the structural supports groaning under the weight of the shifting ocean above. November 14th, 10:00 p.m. I saw Miller. He was standing at the end of a corridor, just staring at me. He looked fine. No frostbite, no burns. He smiled and waved, pointing towards a door on the left. I almost followed him. Almost. Then I blinked, and he was gone. Just a dark stain on the wall where he stood. The frequency is messing with my brain. It's trying to lead me into a trap. November 14th, 10:03 p.m. I made it. Sector 1, the communications hub. It's a mix of our equipment and theirs. They stole our radios weeks ago. They wired them into their own systems. They were planning to broadcast the frequencies to the rest of the world, to wake up every sleeper agent across the globe. I have to destroy this transmitter. But my hands are shaking too much to hold the cutter. November 14th, 10:40 p.m. The screens are lighting up. A map of the Earth. Red dots are appearing over New York, London, Moscow. The signal isn't just a wake-up call, it's a virus. A sonic weapon meant to drive the surface world mad before the invasion. I can hear the humming getting louder. It's vibrating the fillings in my teeth. It's starting. I have seconds to stop the transmission. November 14th, 10:42 p.m. I didn't try to hack it. I smashed it. I took the heavy thermal cutter and slammed it into the alien console. Sparks showered over me like fireworks. The glass screens shattered. The humming sound turned into a high-pitched scream, and then silence. The map of Earth faded to black. I stopped it. But the silence didn't last long. The door behind me just hissed open. November 14th, 10:45 p.m. It found me again, the warden. It's standing in the doorway, filling the entire frame. It's not rushing this time. It sees the broken console. It sees me. It let out a sound, a low, rattling growl that sounded like disappointment. It stepped into the room. I raised my flare gun. One shot. Not enough to kill it, but maybe enough to blind it. November 14th, 10:47 p.m. I fired the flare directly into its face. It roared, clawing at its burning eyes. In that confusion, I didn't run for the exit. I ran for the manual override. I pulled the lever to seal the sector. Massive blast doors slammed down, cutting off the room. I locked the warden out, but I locked myself in. There is no way out now. I am sealed in a concrete box 3 miles under the ice. November 14th, 11:00 p.m. The warden is pounding on the blast door. Boom, boom. The steel is bulging inward with every hit, but it's holding. For now. The air in here is getting stale. The vents are shut. The temperature is dropping again as the reserve power dies. I have my recorder. I have a bottle of whiskey I stole from Miller's stash. And I have my gun with 2 bullets. One for the warden if it gets in, and one for me. November 14th, 11:05 p.m. The red emergency lights just flickered and died. Total darkness. I am sitting in a void. The only light comes from the tiny red LED on this recorder. I can feel the weight of the mountain above me. 3 miles of ice pressing down. It feels like the earth is trying to crush a bug, and I am the bug. November 14th, 11:30 p.m. The heat from the sabotage has dissipated. The white tomb is reclaiming its temperature. My breath is turning into snow before it hits the microphone. My injured side, I can't feel it anymore. The blood has frozen into a hard scab. The cold isn't painful anymore. It feels numbing, like a heavy blanket. November 14th, 11:45 p.m. I keep thinking about a summer in Ohio, 1948. The sun was so hot it blistered the paint on my porch. I complained about it then. I would give anything, to feel that burning sun on my face just one more time, to feel sweat instead of ice. Funny what you miss when you're turning into a statue. November 15th, 12:00 a.m. Midnight. The pounding on the door has stopped. Why did it stop? Did it give up, or is it doing something else? The silence is worse than the noise. In the silence, I can hear the structure shifting, groaning. It sounds like the facility is healing itself, sealing the cracks I made. It's alive. November 15th, 12:10 a.m. I was wrong. I called this place a tomb. It's not a tomb. A tomb is for the dead. This place, it's a womb. Those pods, the museum, the DNA, they aren't preserving the past. They are preparing for the future. When the ice melts naturally, they will wake up. We didn't stop them. We just woke them up a few centuries too early. November 15th, 12:02 a.m. If anyone finds this tape, listen to me carefully. Do not study them. Do not try to communicate. Nuke this site. Drop the biggest bomb you have and turn this entire ice shelf into steam. If you let them reach the ocean, mankind is finished. We are just cattle to them. Frozen meat waiting to be thawed. November 15th, 12:03 a.m. Sound of a bottle uncorking and swallowing. Ah, that burns. Good. It's the only warmth I have left. I have the gun in my hand. It's heavy. My fingers are so stiff, I'm not sure I can pull the trigger. But I have to try. I won't let them take me. I won't become a specimen in their museum. November 15th, 12:33 a.m. Sound of metal screeching and buckling. The door, it's peeling open like a tin can. It's here. The warden. I can see its eyes glowing in the dark. 2 burning violet stars. It's not attacking. It's just watching me. It knows I have nowhere to go. It's savoring the moment. November 15th, 12:34 a.m. I tried. I put the gun to my temple. I pulled the trigger. Sound of a dry click. Misfire. Frozen firing pin. God, that's funny. That's actually funny. Even my exit is frozen. Even my exit is frozen. The warden is reaching out. Its hand is massive, cold. It's touching my face. November 15th, 12:35 a.m. It doesn't hurt. It's beautiful. The light. I can see the city now. The white city. It's singing to me. I'm tired. I'm just going to sleep now. Good night, Station 4. Good night, Earth. Sound of wind howling louder and louder until the tape cuts to static.